So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose. Okay, hi everybody, Martha here. I know I finished this one pretty fast. I've only been back home for 3 days, but for well, yeah, but it's because I decided to read this book 20 days per day. Well, the last session was technically I read like 23 pages since this story has 63 pages. But anyway, now that's out of the way, let's talk about the book. What's the name? Let me tell you the name of the book before I review it. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear Fright number 8, Gumdrop Angel, and that's the name of the story of this one. So, as I usually do for you people, for you my fans, I'm gonna read this on the last few pages to you guys. Now, since just like sometimes the last page is not that long, so I'm probably gonna read the other page too to you guys. Okay. Why did those words seem so familiar? Children screamed turned into cheers, laughter, and Angel's eyes suddenly shut in with brightness. Bright light, dazzling colors. She tried to figure out where she was because had a sense that she's been here before recently. But all she could was see was light and color. Instantly bringing the lower down stopped. Now Angel could feel she was hanging on an upper mid air. She felt her body swing back and forth, but it was not pleasant. In this sensation, she tried to control the motive by twitching herself in the ways of that. She was also flinching her arms, and she was pleasing surprised that she could. She was hanging, but at least she could no longer she was no longer confined. She was hanging. Okay, she kicked her legs and fly out her arms and feet. The announcer was saying something else. Angel caught the words gumbly, but she could not work out the rest of what was being said. The children's clamor was getting louder, though felt like they were getting closer too. Angel felt like she was being surrounded. She moved her body around and some more, doing sort of mid-air dance. She wondered if she could even be a sensation. She tried. No, something was attaching on top of her head. The announcer spoke again. His words were run up together and gumbling up until he got to his last words. Angel heard those clearly. Ready, set, go! Julie smiled at the announcer when he said, ready, set, go! And she stepped forward to the gummy girls, relaxing from the ceiling. And she was so not like being a center of attention. Now she wanted to stretch for a moment. She didn't look out to her parents. They were beaming at her. They beamed at her. She waved at them. Happy birthday, Julie! Her mother called out. Yeah, birthday girl! Her dad shouted. Julie grinned, and she leaned over to the gummy girl and dented in front of her. She reached her hand, grabbed the foot, and bit into the gummy's big nose. Everyone join in! The announcer sang out. The other kids crowded around Julie, and they bringed eating up the swallowing clamored gummy candy. That was unlike any other. Okay, so when I explain this to you, you're gonna probably be horrified, but you're supposed to be horrified during these stories. It's a whole hard idea. But, okay, so Angel is at a birthday party. Well, not with Julie. That girl comes later, obviously. But, she's with her younger stepsister, and her stepdad, I'm just gonna call her right, and her mom. So they're at Ophelia's birthday party, and they are in. Ophelia is definitely spoiled. It's not her fault. To me, a lot of times when a kid's being spoiled, it's the parents' fault. Okay? Yes, sometimes the kids do urge their parents, but a lot of times it's the parents' fault to listen to the child and let them give whatever they want. I mean, this is sort of like the whole entire thing with you see Charlie's Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka the Factory, or you read the book, you feel this way about Veruca's salt. So yeah, I mean, yes, Veruca's spoiled and being a little brat, but I don't think Ophelia's like that. She is not a brat. She is just trying to have a good birthday party, and I think her dad is just being too gibby, okay? I mean, this is sort of like the whole thing with a lot of spoiled parents, and when they have like a sibling, they don't really care that much. Sadly, a lot of times they care more about their own child and than the kid they married into or something like that, and that's not fair. I totally understand why Angel is mad during this whole entire story. I would be mad too. So they're having pizza at Fazbear's place, but this is weird because we haven't been to a Fazbear restaurant in a while. We should be at Fazbear restaurants more in these stories, but a lot of them we're not. So it's kind of nice we're back at it. So Ophelia froze accidentally gets pizza on top of Angel's face. And so she leaves to go to the bathroom and clean off her face from the pizza. But she bumps into one of the workers there, Dominic, who's one of the managers there. And he cleans off the pizza for her, which is very nice. So, in a way, this story, I don't know if a lot of you have seen this movie or not, but the whole entire situation, not the whole entire story, because it's a little different from it, but the situation, I would say, reminds you of Labyrinth, because Sarah in that story is not like Toby, and same thing that's going on with Ophelia and Angel. Similar there, and a guy kind of does help her here, so not in the same way, but yeah. But anyway, so he helps clean her with like water and helps her and helps gets off, and he like asks her out on a date, and she gives him her number and explains the situation, like how she does not get along with her sister, and the fact she finds it weird that her sister is named after like one of Hamlet's characters. So yeah, and they end up going, and so she ended up going. Ophelia's Ophelia ends up having like a pinata. That's not like other pinatas. This is actually, instead of you breaking the pinata, you eat the pinata. I never had that happen, but they like lower it down and then they do like get it down, and now all the kids eat it and they tell for the birthday girl to have the nose. Save it for the birthday girl. They keep on saying this, and just like the story is called, this thing that they're eating is called the Gumdrop Angel. So yeah, and so Ophelia ends up saying that she wants to take the Gumdrop nose home. So they do, and then so the family ends up leaving the Five Night ends up being the restaurant, and her dad, Ophelia's father, ends up taking them to a ranch where you can like raise horses and ponies and be a jockey or whatever. I don't know. I never had this kind of I never had this kind of privilege for myself. We could not afford this. I've only rode a horse a couple times, but so lucky her. She gets to have a horse and a pony. And one of the ranchers explains how expensive this is going to be to Angel. And Angel has every right to be jealous. Okay? Because her birthday was at a vegetation restaurant. Because she doesn't like meat that much. And whose choice was this? Ophelia's. Ophelia got to pick the restaurant. So it was not even her present, really. It was just a present that Ophelia got to pick. And the fact that she's going to college, that her stepdad doesn't want her to go, because later on we find out that her student loan gets canceled, basically, and she has to pay, now her family has to pay for herself because her stepdad makes way too much money. And he changes her mind later and says, "You're going to a normal school," because she wanted to go to an art school, and like learn a skill. And he doesn't get that. Like, I would totally understand this. Like, I didn't get to go to that kind of school. If I had that type of opportunity to go to the school where you can like learn art, because I do love art. As you guys can tell, like how much I love animation. But yeah. So they go home, and Ophelia puts the nose like in one of her boxes, and like where you can like keep jewelry, stuff like that, and save it for later. And that's when she gets the letter, and also Dominic calls her, and they have to talk, and her stepdad answers the phone, and like B's protective father for some reason, like he really cares. And like says, "You cannot talk to my stepdaughter," and basically cancels the date on these two. And so that makes her mad, and the whole entire thing with what happens later with the letter also makes Angel mad. So much so, technically, she should not be taking this out on Ophelia. It's not her fault, okay? It's the dad's fault. It's her father's fault for being so much of a spoiled parent. So take something away from him, not from her. It's not her fault, okay? Okay? But she has taken the gumdrop away from Ophelia and eating it right in front of her. And then she goes in the room, like a teenager does, and goes and like turns up music very loud, I guess so she could stop from being grounded, and locks the door. So she goes to sleep to the music, and somehow the parents and her younger sister fell asleep during this noisy music. Okay. But around 11 o'clock at night, Angel wakes up and she like starts feeling like a rash coming all around her, and so she goes to the bathroom mirror to see like how bad it is, and apparently it's like a bunch of redness that's going around her skin, and so she thinks that whatever like Dominic sprayed upon her um was bad for her. But then she eventually realizes that it was the gum. Maybe she was allergic to the gumdrop that she stole from her stepsister. So she ends up like taking a bath, taking a shower, and trying to like get the rubbing off. And so she takes some um antibiotics or like maybe Benadryl, and to try to get rid of the allergic reaction, and that didn't work. So she ends up at calling Dominic's restaurant at night, and yep, this restaurant's open that late, even now, I guess. But I guess Freddy's is one of those restaurants that's open 24 hours, which is weird because I don't think even Chuck E. Cheese's is open that would open this long, but so yeah. So she like explains the situation to her after she was very mad about it, and he like says, "Come down to Five Nights. Come down to the restaurant. I'll help you." But sadly, he doesn't. So she ends up like stealing her mom's car to drive down there, and when she gets there, he like helps her to have a box, and he knows what's coming, so she does hear him crying while she like is moving until like the next she like falls asleep, and so basically, if you guys can't figure out, remember the piñata I mentioned in the beginning of the story? Well, that was the person's birthday was a phorophilia. That was the person. They were eating somebody, okay? This is basically cannibalism. And same thing's gonna happen for Angel. But she's not deserved this. She's not deserved to get eaten by a bunch of kids. And so, just like I said, Julie and her, the rest of her birthday mates, whatever you want to call it, all the other kids, are going to devour her. And when Julie eats Angel's nose, basically, because that's what it is, Gumdrop Angel's nose. The same thing's gonna happen to Julie. Yuck. It is horrifying. It also sounds disgusting when you think about it. But the story was okay. I find it sad now I'm thinking about it also. But I do really feel sorry for her and Dominic, because Dominic lied to her, basically. He said that I would help you, but yeah, you just helped her get eaten. He didn't help her at all. But he did feel sorry. He didn't want this to happen to her. Okay, he liked her. He wanted to date her, but now he has to say goodbye to somebody he could have had a few dates with before she went to college. So yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna give this story a 8 out of 10. It was really good. I liked it. So the next one of this book is called that we review it when I get to it. Shion Lucky's Day. I'm sorry I said that name wrong. Maybe when the person's reading it to me, because I like to follow along to somebody listening to it on an audiobook. It's part of my this is part of the way I am. It helps me understand the book better. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and be careful when you guys eat a piñata, apparently. Bye-bye.